Hello there. It looks like the UK has put a new law in place that will give extra help to the UK fishing industry and its workers as we gear up for the end of the Brexit Implementation Period. Firstly, please subscribe and like this video to give my channel a boost. And I'm always uploading new content, so please do check back daily. A statutory instrument was passed in both Houses of Parliament that will probably go for the most part unnoticed. It is the National Minimum Wage Offshore Employment Amendment Order 2020, which comes into force on the 1st of October this year. And it's significant as it plugs a long-running and nasty gap in EU law. Now, before I tell you what the effect of that is, here's a bit of background. In 2013, the International Labour Organization, the ILO, which promotes social justice and internationally recognised human and labour rights, issued a report called Caught at Sea: Forced Labour and Trafficking in Fisheries, which says that forced labour is a major problem in the fishing industry. And the ILO says, a string of recent reports indicate that forced labour and human trafficking in the fisheries sector are a severe problem. These reports suggest that fishers, many of them migrant workers, are vulnerable to severe forms of human rights abuse on board fishing vessels. Migrant workers in particular are vulnerable to being deceived and coerced by brokers and recruitment agencies and forced to work on board vessels under the threat of force or by means of debt bondage. Sounds like something out of the Dark Ages, doesn't it? So most people would probably believe that sort of thing would never happen in UK waters. After all, we have been and are still under the Common Fisheries Policy and all those lovely EU employment laws until the end of the year. But in 2017, the Irish online news source, thejournal.ie, reported in one article that migrant fishermen working on Irish boats are subject to severe underpayment, discrimination and exploitation, new research has found. The Migrants' Rights Centre Ireland research, which included in-depth interviews with over 30 fishermen, found that the majority, 65%, work more than 100 hours a week. Workers receive average pay of €2.82 per hour, and 40% do not feel safe at work, according to the organisation's survey. And remember that Irish boats do fish in UK waters. And in another article from 2017, it revealed that a quarter of Irish fishing vessels that were inspected by the state were caught with illegal workers on board last year, new figures show. And in another, in 2015, an investigation by The Guardian found that workers from Africa and Asia were routinely being employed illegally on Irish fishing trawlers and were being exploited as a source of cheap labour. And the UK too, with The Guardian reporting in 2008, a report from the International Transport Workers Federation has highlighted alleged crimes against migrant workers, including exploitation, poor pay, abuse, intimidation and the use of violence, which it claims are widespread in the UK fishing industry. And all this under the watchful, or more likely blind, eyes of the European Union. And I would surmise that this still continues today in some quarters. So in all likelihood it's happening on our doorstep, and a fair proportion of vessels that fish in our waters could be exploiting their workers in this way, and therefore undercutting honest fishermen while doing it. So what the UK has done is change the law to make all fishing vessels operating in UK waters pay their crew at least the UK minimum wage, unless they are what is known as share fishermen, who are deemed to be self-employed as they take a share of the proceeds from the catch. This is what Minister for Transport Kelly Tolhurst said on it. The narrowing of the exception by this order means, in particular, that workers on all fishing vessels in UK territorial waters, workers on dredgers in UK territorial waters and the UK sector of the continental shelf, and other seafarers working domestically in territorial waters will be entitled to the national minimum wage, irrespective of where the vessel on which they are employed is registered. So as far as I can see, this new law will have two effects after the Brexit Implementation Period has ended. Firstly, it will protect vulnerable people, because the UK can make this a part of the application process for fishing licences from UK and foreign trawler owners, as well as part of any inspection and enforcement processes. And secondly, it will force a level playing field for fisheries for those who trawl in our waters, as there will be no avenue for using cheap labour to undercut the more ethical fisherfolk. And if, as I suspect, other EU member state fishermen are engaged in this sort of practice, then it will go a long way to deterring them from doing so in our waters. In fact, it may deter them from applying for UK licences to fish in the first place. But this new law is very wide in scope, in that after October the 1st, only vessels exercising the right of innocent passage or the right of transit passage will be exempt. And for all those pro-EU types thinking that surely that wonderful European Union legal system must protect these poor people, here's what Viscount Younger of Lecky said when this law was going through the House of Lords. We are aware that other states are also seeking to improve standards for seafarers, but minimum salary for seafarers is not legislated for internationally or at a European level. So I am very pleased that it is understood that the UK will be the first country to provide such explicit protection to all seafarers working domestically. So it looks like the UK government is gearing up to take control of our exclusive economic zone and look after its workers. Marvellous! Anyway, if you want to hear more from me, please don't forget to subscribe and also press that little bell, or you won't get any notifications. And if you want to see more of me, buy a mug with my mug on it. So what do you think about this? Please share and comment, and thank you for watching. Please do like and share this video, and also subscribe to my channel. And when subscribing, please do remember to press on the little bell next to the subscribe button. That way you'll get an alert every single time I put up a new video. And thank you very much for watching.